What's going on, everyone? I'm Robert E. Woods III. This is the Robert Woods Podcast, where we discuss all things related to the mindset required for success. Today's episode is called Opportunity Tax. Let's jump into it. I mentioned to you about my story after separating from the military and moving to New York from Mississippi, and I'm coming fresh off of a trip from Mississippi right now, and I really enjoyed it for a few different reasons, but one thing that I really remember was the cost of living. You know, the cost of living is a little bit lower there, which is understandable, but when I moved from there to here a few years ago, the biggest shock for me was the cost of rent in New York City. And I made peace with it by calling it that major difference the opportunity tax, because I knew that I would have more access to opportunities here for what I wanted to do. And I will say that I've met some incredibly inspiring people just by virtue of being in this location, and it's honestly changed my life. And I think this is something that I actively practice. You know, right now, whenever my wife mentions the possibility of moving to California, I wince a little bit, you know, and I told her it's because of the taxes. But in New York, you know what you don't get? You don't get as much sunlight. Sunlight is one of the most essential ingredients for our health and our growth. And you know, sometimes when people tell me they're from California, I'm like, oh, yep, I can tell. I mean, I can see you have this glow, and there's something about it. So I think the same goes for other things as well. Waking up early has its benefits for sure, but what's one of those prices that you'll have to pay? You know, that initial comfort in the morning that you have to sacrifice, that discomfort that you'll have. You might even look a little bit more tired, right? And taking that job in a city or in a location that's not super convenient, having to be away from your family for a little while to make things a little bit more comfortable for everyone at home, you know, that's that opportunity tax that we have to pay. And getting a certification, that degree, when you have to get your credit together in order to secure a home or a car, that pain, that struggle, that feeling of not knowing how to do something and then crawling to figure it out, you know, figure out that answer and then getting that satisfaction and then moving forward with the next thing, that is after that opportunity tax is paid. And you can only get what you want after you pay that tax. And on the road to becoming legendary, you know that we have to keep in mind that opportunity tax is just the cost to be the boss. You know, that's the cost of having that control over your life. So I'm sure there's an area in your life where you're like, okay, yeah, I got to go ahead and pay that tax. You know, we have to pay that fee because it's necessary. It's basically mandatory. So let's think about that fee that you're putting off right now. You know what to do. And so the answer is to strategize and execute. Strategize and execute. Strategize and execute relentlessly. It's that simple. You know, it's simple, but I know that it's not easy. Believe me, I know. But in every way, we cannot forget to pay that tax. And I guess this is perfectly timed because, you know, it is tax season. So thank you for listening. I'll catch you on the next episode.